What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to talk about some tips and tricks for beginners and newcomers to New World. Now, this is the beta, so if there are any changes between the beta and the full release, I'll be sure to update them. Make sure you don't miss out on anything that I update. Click the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. Let's get into it. One of the easiest and most efficient ways to gain levels is through the project board. We're going to come in here. I already got some of these marked on here. So we're going to do some acquiring flint and rugged leather. What's nice is we can do these on the way to these other missions here. So one of the most important parts about doing the side missions in the project board is to plan your routes intuitively. Make sure that you're taking the most efficient way around the map, since there is a lot of running in the game and there aren't mounts to make it go any quicker. All right, so now we're into the map. What we're going to do here is we're going to plan our route to make sure we're doing it the most efficient and effective way possible. Right off the bat, I see we have a town board mission here, a couple missions that fall through the same area here, and then we can run up to here. So let's go ahead and pin these objectives. See, that's all one mission there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get on the road. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to this town board mission, and then I'm going to work my way up and through. One of the things that I think is really important when we're traveling from location to location is to make sure we have in the back of our minds these other missions. So we know for this rugged leather mission, we're going to need to collect some rawhides, and to get rawhides, we're going to need to kill bigger animals. So what we're going to do is anytime we come across a wolf or a deer or anything like that, we're going to take the opportunity and we're going to kill it. Not only do we get experience for that, we're going to get experience when we turn it into rugged leather, and we're going to get experience when we turn the mission in. So we're killing two birds with one stone by doing this while we're moving from location to location, rather than just doing these by themselves. So what we also have here is we have some iron, right? And so for the iron or anything that you can gather or harvest, just take a little bit of extra time to go ahead and do it, because you're going to get experience from doing it, you're going to get experience from refining it, and you're going to get experience from crafting it. So now we have 3 different ways to get experience while we're going through and just doing our regular missions. So just take a little bit of time and go ahead and take care of these things here. And also what we want to make sure is you want to make sure you have a bag. Now I'll show you how to make a bag. This 150 gear score bag here that adds 50 pounds to me is from a mission, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to the store and we're going to make one. So like I was saying, it's really important that you upgrade the storage that you can carry on your person. That way, when you're out and about, you can gather and harvest as much as possible without becoming encumbered and having to just leave stuff behind that otherwise you could have taken. So what you need to do is you come to the syndicate or whoever your faction is, you open the faction board, buy rewards. And what we want here is we want the minor rune of holding. And we're only going to get one because we only have one slot. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit buy now. And now we're going to go over to the outfitting station. And we're going to craft this. We're at the outfitting station now. We're going to go ahead. We're going to click on coarse leather. And just because we want to get the best thing we can possibly get, we're going to hit add Azoth. We got plenty of it. 15 is not going to matter, right? I don't have anything special to add. No special resources, but that's whatever. So let's go ahead and hit craft. See, we got a much better one than we already had. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we got here. So right now I have 150 gear score. I get 50 plus encumbrance. So this gives me 100 plus encumbrance. It's 203 gear score. We're going to equip it. Yes, bind to us. And we can salvage this one here since we can't use it right now. And once we can just make another one. And that's it. That's how we go from 250 to 300 pounds. We can carry much more and we can do a lot more when we're out and about going in between missions. Now that we've run the route and we finished all the missions that we had, we're going to go back. Now either we could leg it all the way back here, or what we can do is we can go up here to the game menu. We can hit respawn. Now we are going to take damage like if we had died, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I've never had an issue repairing stuff, and I've never had an issue of anything breaking that I really cared about or I was going to use for much longer. So we're going to go ahead and hit yes. We get to pick where we want to respawn. So we go to the nearest settlement, which is Everfall, which is where we want to go, or we can come to this. But we're going to go to the nearest settlement. We're going to go back to Everfell. We're going to turn these missions in, and we're going to see how much XP we get for it. We've turned all the side missions in. Now we came to the project board. We're going to go ahead and hit complete all missions. We're going to complete the 2 that we have. Now I'm going to show you something that's a little sneaky. So we have the weak potions here, right? We need 20 of them. Rather than make them, because we're kind of at a surplus for money right now, the trade market should have some. We should be able to turn that in for, I think that was a couple thousand experience with little to no trying at all. Let's hit this weak mana potion here. Let's go by price. We don't want to pay for that one. So we can get buy now. That's just one of them. Here we go. This guy is 35. So let's go ahead and we're gonna let's just type it in here. We're gonna get 19 of them. And hit buy now. Boom, it's in our inventory. So let's go up here. Let's turn this in. And for virtually nothing at all, no time, hardly any money, we got 1,500 experience just like that. So now I'm going to recall back to Monarch's Bluffs because that's where I have the most favorable conditions for my smelting and refining. But I'm going to recall to the end. But just for your information, the use of your Azoth for fast traveling goes based off your weight. So you have a base cost of 50 here. And because I'm almost full with iron and rawhides, it would cost an 88 extra Azoth. So now the faction controls it. I get discounts. It's only going to be a total of 68. We're going to go recall to the end. I'm going to show you what smelting looks like and how fast it gets you experience. So now while we're out doing those missions, we collected iron ore. We got 466 of them. So if you look down here, we get 36 experience each time. We're going to go ahead and do 116, which should net us a lot of experience in smelting, and it gives us 75 experience in our regular XP bar. So we're really killing two birds with one stone here when we're out there gathering stuff while we're doing the missions. And this is why I feel it's so important to do it. It just creates more and more avenues for you to go ahead and get experience and level up quickly through the game. As far as signing your attributes when you're leveling up, it doesn't really matter where you put it because at the end of the day, you can always respec. So up to level 20, respeccing is free. After that, it doesn't really seem like it costs that much gold. It's only 56 gold, and I'm level 23 for me to respec. Now, I don't know if the more you do it or the higher the level you get, I would assume that it's going to get more expensive. But at the end of the day, do what you feel is right. And if it's not working, it doesn't cost that much to change it. And it just allows you to explore more into the game. And I think that's really what makes this really special. For weapons, the world is really your oyster. You can do any combination that you want. But I just want to look at this with you real quick. So we have the two different paths you could go down for each thing. You can respec them at any time, and you don't even have to use all three. Like for me, I'm going Berserker and Raging Torrent until I get down, and then I'll come over here and do Feral Rush for the hatchet. I love the hatchet. I've been playing with the bow recently. I started out with the Fire Staff and the Ice Gauntlet and played around with them, but I really have kind of settled in on the bow and the hatchet, and that's probably what I'm going to do for the rest of the beta. Now, when the real game comes out, I will probably work through all of these at some point in time. Now for the attributes. So the attributes pertain to what weapons you want to use and the play style you want. So for me, I'm not using the Life Staff. I'm not putting anything in focus. I'm not using the Fire Staff for the Ice Gauntlet anymore. So I respect and took everything out of intelligence. And I'm putting stuff into strength and dexterity because that is what we're using the most, at least on my end. So the hatchet scales with strength and dexterity, and the bow scales with dexterity, which is nice for me. I only have to put points into three different things: strength, dexterity, and constitution for health. But you could do this any way you want, and like I said, you can respec them at any time if you want to change something up or go a different direction. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or tips that you've come up with on your own, be sure to put them down below. I'd love to read them. I'd love to interact with you guys. Or you can swing on by my stream. I stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/FinianHD. You can ask me any questions there, and we can get to know each other. But other than that, have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching the video.